So, raise your hand if you're a meteorologist in the room. Raise your hand if you check the weather almost every day. All right. I'm disappointed I might be the only meteorologist at the conference, but it's also an opportunity because this is what we see now. At the National Weather Association meeting a week ago, I was the only broadcaster portion of the conference to attend to be an internet broadcaster. This is what we have right now. We're in the studio. The broadcasters just want to show you a graphic. It tries to communicate that you'll have some storm surge coming in. You can stand in front of it. You're not immersed in it. You're not giving the user an experience that indicates danger. So here's another problem we identified. Where am I? You show your user a map. They don't know where they are. We have a huge problem. Every year in the weather enterprise community, we talk about our users not knowing where they are on a map. Here's a great example. What should I do? Augmented reality, which I want to get to in a second. That looks so cool, but what do I do? That's really strong. Where is it going? How do you get your user to take action? In 10 years, here's the inverted pyramid portion of my talk. In 10 years, we're going to start at the most important evolution/revolutionary holograms. Coming out of your phone, just display it on your kitchen table. You can hold your phone up and it'll just holographically display storm surge coming in. Tornado, storm surge, just examples of really severe weather. To really get somebody out of there and evacuated if there's a near-term indicator that their forecast is going to have some severe weather like that. In 5 years, which I think is a little more something we can all grasp, I would add to what I do now with my two-way live videos on Facebook being the best tool in the box right now. I want to add augmented reality, so a tornado is swirling behind me. If the user holds their phone up in their location with location services, I'm going to narrate the forecast, which is generally regional for the DC region, and they're going to see, holy crap, in the next 3 hours, there's a tornado swirling toward me. Camden, there's a tornado coming at you. Like, they're going to experience it. If they have rain in their forecast, in the other corner, I want to get wet. I want to look like I'm getting wet. I want my user to really know how to dress, what to expect. I think this is where we go. And two-way, live, it's interactive, it's trustworthy, it's authentic. They can ask me questions like you see here on the bottom. And this is what I do now to take out the filter of the 5-year projection. This is what I do now, and it's good enough. I'm very happy with it, but I think we have a lot of work to do, and that's why I'm at ONA. And I wish I wasn't the only, weather person here, the only meteorologist. We have a lot of work to do. AR, this is where you may have gotten this email this morning from Apple, actually. I took a snapshot of it. You may encounter a severe animal on your way to your walk to work. Like, that's totally what I want. I want a weather item that looks dangerous. This is where you start getting into the education portion. You have an opportunity to talk about climate change and global warming, controversial term in our last keynote just now. So we're getting there, but again, your user is not immersed. The education possibilities for a meteorologist. We really need to talk about climate because a weather event, you need to explain it to your user. You need to keep them out of danger. You need to talk about politics and economics. Meteorologists receive, look at this. This is the climate issues, meteorologists' feedback on climate issues on social media. 19% got very few to no reactions. Look at how, that's no negatives. We have this perception in the community that we can't engage on bigger issues, which I want to do on nice days. I want to actually talk about climate change, and it's really hard for me personally. The broadcasters, we talked about it just a couple weeks ago, 52% of our users, they came back and said we should care about climate change issues. 12% negative feedback. They're not concerned, but they're very loud, and they're the trolls, and I've become very good at on my Facebook Lives, just talking to the trolls, talk them down. And it's an issue we all face here at ONA. 11% of the broadcasters expected positive feedback. 34% got positive feedback when they covered the climate change issues. So engage. You want to really try and talk to them about personally experiencing global warming issues. Miami right now is having a king tide. I would be down there getting wet and seeing who lives near these flooded areas of Miami in the last couple of days. It's happening. So, here's what I want in 5 years: live weather and forecast discussion. I want it two-way, interactive, mobile, and holographically friendly, so it's ready for the 10-year mark. I want it outside. I want to get out of the freaking studio. I want AR. I'm going to be up at 3:01 a.m. on the 27th to get my iPhone 10. And the climate education on calmer weather days is very important. That's a responsibility that completely overlaps, and is why I'm here at ONA, because there is definitely journalism to be had here. And I'm not out to be just a fluffy meteorologist reporting your daily weather, but this is such an interesting niche. We have a lot we can do. I've been with Capital Weather Gang since '05 as a contractor, now engagement lead, still contracting, but I'm starting my new venture, and that's it. We got to engage to educate, and I want AR so we can take action for our users.
Thank you, Camden.